to celebrate us. I just want to celebrate us. So happy National Online Learning Day. I think it exists to celebrate people who otherwise would not be celebrated. So we're doing it. Here we go. If you're still joining us, so glad you could make it. Super pumped that you can make it. Somebody wants to be my chat master. Gary, you can keep making that happen. Online learning, woo! It is Jason's birthday today. Jason Fuentes, happy birthday, woo! One round of applause for Jason. Tomorrow, it is Nevia's and Leonidas' birthday. Am I saying your name right, Nevia? I know we have not officially met yet. Let me know. Well, hopefully. Tell me how I can pronounce it better. Especially, this goes out to everyone. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, or if you want me to call you something else, I'm here for that. Please let me know. I will do my very best to pronounce it exactly how you want me to pronounce it. So happy birthday to those people. Happy early birthday to those people. Really pumped. This is my favorite gift, so I'm sharing it with you guys. My second favorite gift, so I'm sharing it with you guys today. In the chat, if you could blow up the chat, I saw this on Instagram. I wanted to see what our class would do with it. If you could tell us one random boring fact about yourself. For example, random boring fact. My hairbrush is red. That's a random boring fact. You don't need to know that about me, but now you do. My hairbrush is red. Or, I don't know, what's another random fact? Another random fact is that I use avocado shampoo. So throw a random fact or a boring fact in the chat. It's too much pressure to come up with interesting facts. Throw a random fact. Amy, if you feel comfortable, post that to everybody. That is a great boring fact. My room is red. Love it. I can raise both of my eyebrows like this. I think probably. Is that, oh yeah, like an interesting fact would be if you could raise one, but I guess since pretty much everyone can raise two. Yes, Jasmine, excellent. Love it. I wear glasses. My nails are painted in pastel colors. I breathe oxygen. Yes, random boring fact. Love it. I make an edit and a pick edit when I'm bored. Love it. My room has art. Love it. I'm 16. That is a random boring fact. My phone is red. Love it. I have 2 eyes. Wow. Yes, Ben. That I sleep at. I love it. These are awesome. Someone told me in my advisory that they eat a pound of turkey every day. And I was like, sir, that is an interesting fact. That is a lot of turkey. Like, let's talk about that. And so anyways, pretty interesting, boring fact. That person is living a great life. Yeah, I'm not sure that that's super healthy. Lots of sodium, I think, but it does sound like a plan. So you're welcome, Jason. Good source of lean protein. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna have a lot of meat, turkey's probably the best one because like red meat, it's not a red meat, so better for you. And so like chicken, poultry, chicken, turkey, those are usually like the birds, usually better for you to eat. What is a potato? I don't know, but I'm interested in finding out. Fish, also really good for you. So if you're gonna have a lot of meat, I guess turkey's not the worst for you. Better than like having a steak every day. That would be not so bueno. Cat plus potato is catato. I love it. That's a great boring fact. Not boring, guys. I love these facts. I'm gonna throw some of them up on Instagram just to reply because, you know, people are making it happen. I have a purple brush that I take everywhere. I love that. I would like to take a brush everywhere, but my pockets are not deep enough for a brush. Does it like fold up? Brandon, I have many questions about your fact. Thank you for sharing your random boring facts. If you think of some more random boring facts, feel free to privately message me them as we're going through, but maybe don't send it to everyone. Actually, you know what? Send it to everybody. Let everyone see your boring facts. Just don't get too distracted. Thank you for your boring facts. Today, we are going to talk about college reps, just one college rep in particular. I'm going to talk about my favorite no, which is something that I like to do. We're going to do notes and assignment 8. Notes and assignment 8. Brandon, that's awesome. Okay, if you're just joining us, you've got the password there. So for college reps, as you guys might remember from last week, your PT for this semester is going to be about colleges and graphic design. You will have a research portion, and there are two ways that you can do a research portion. Number one is you can do like a research document. I have a document that is how you do the research. The other is that you can go to a college rep visit. So if you are drowning in documents and you're just like not interested in going and doing another document for your PT, you can attend a college rep. Super important that we go to those as juniors because we want to like learn more about colleges. So one that's coming up is SoCA University. It's coming up on Thursday at 12:45. So I'll remind you again on Thursday, but it is a beautiful, very small school. So if you're interested in a small school situation, that could be really awesome for you. It is beautiful. I mean, look at this like gorgeous like pond thing here. There are a very small number of people that go there, so you get individual attention, which is pretty awesome. Yes, love it. So SoCA is happening on Thursday. You can use that as a part of your PT. If you did not attend a college rep, great question from the chat. If you don't attend a college rep, you will have a document where you will do research about a college. You'll just do online research rather than you'll answer different questions about a college of your choice. So you don't have to go to a college rep visit. I only want you to go if you want to go. There are lots of college reps coming up this quarter, so you have plenty of time. If SoCA seems interesting to you, it might be a good chance to go. When is that due? It is going to be due at the end of this quarter, so like week 10 of this quarter. So it would be like that last week before the end of the quarter. How many weeks do we have to get our grades up? Great question. We have this week is week 7. This is the start of week 7. We have week 8 and week 9. Week 8 and week 9. So 7, 8, 9. So that's 3 weeks. You'll take your ACT at the end of week 9. And then week 10 is your final week. So you have, counting this week, you have 4 weeks of turning things in, which is a great segue to my next question. The next question that I'm seeing, which is, or that I wanted to tell you guys, which is, I was doing some calculations because, you know, I'm a math teacher, and every missing assignment right now is worth 4% on your grade. So if you are at like 89 and you want to push into an A, you should turn in 1 missing assignment or resubmit something. If you are at a 66, in order to get to passing, all you need is 1 missing assignment. Okay, so right now there's not very many assignments in there. They're all worth a lot of points. So you would want to make sure that you turn those in. I'm seeing some more questions from the chat. Is the ACT counting towards our grade? My honest answer is I don't know yet. I'm going to check it out. I have not decided. If you feel strongly, you can email me your strong opinions. I don't know about ACT yet. Another question, is the PT on Canvas? It is not yet. It will go on Canvas on week 10, and you should be good to go. So it is not up yet. Don't freak out. On the due date. When is that due? On the due date? Yes. It is due. I think you're asking about the PT. The research portion will be due in week 10. So I don't know what the date is, like October 2nd or something. So we'll get there. Thank you to people blowing up my chat. Cool. Awesome. Any other questions about college reps or the end of the quarter or anything else that seems scary right now? Nada. Okay. Feel free to continue messaging them to me. Okay. So we're done college rep visits. We're going to head into my favorite no. This is related to your checkpoint from last assignment. This is at the end of the assignment. You had a 4-question like mini quiz, no problem at all. And everyone did very well. There were no 0s and 1s. I was very proud of you for that. Just a few 2s, a few 3s, and most of us got 4s. Excellent job, 4 out of 4. The average was a 3.6. I'm taking that as a win. I'm here for it. We really knew what we were doing with inequalities. There was one question where we did not do so hot. And that was on this question, which is about graphing. And we had lots of people say, we had a few people say incorrect answers. I just wanted to go over with this one. There are two things that I look at when I'm doing a multiple choice question like this. This sign right here tells me if it is a solid line or a dashed line. Can somebody come off mute or speed chat? Is this a solid line or a dashed line?
A dash line.
A dashed line. Zephyr, how do you know that it is a dashed line?
It's a dash line because there's no equal line under the mouth, so that means like it's a dash, but there's an equal sign under it. That means it's a solid line.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So this is a dash. So right away I can say B is out. I'm not doing B. All right, and then I can see that this is also facing away from the Y. So this is a less than sign. Would this be shade up or shade down?
Shade down.
Shade down. How do you know?
Because it's less than, because it's less.
Yeah, definitely, because it's less. So I know it's not B. I know it's not A now because I know that it should be shade down. So it's not shade up. So it's not A, it's not B. It might be C. It might be D. Can anybody tell me, how could I tell the difference between C and D? Which should I choose, C or D?
The rise or run is a positive. So it's gonna go up.
Yeah, so it's positive. I see Nayeli saying, I check if it's positive or negative. I see the slope, the rise over run is positive, so it should be headed in the upward direction. So D is my correct answer. D is that correct answer. So I just wanted to chat about this one. It was, most of us got it correct, but that was our most missed question. So D is our correct answer. Awesome. Thank you, Nayeli, Wendy, and Antoine in the chat. I see you. Appreciate you. Cool. Moving right along. Today, we are going to jump into notes for notes 8. You do have two options for the notes time. You can stay with Miss Mac and learn all the things with me. You can also jump to team video. Team video is a play posit, which is like a better version of Edpuzzle. So when you go team video, when you go to the page, you're going to see something that says third-party cookies are blocked, and you might be like, what? That sounds weird. This sounds scary. It's not weird or scary. There's two ways to get around it. The first one is to click this button right here, which would just take you straight to a new page, so you can check that out. Or you can just click sign in with Google if you see sign in with Google, and it will go. You can also click login, but that one's a little more complicated. So if you are doing the notes on your own, like if you're watching the video, if you're team video, you're gonna either click this link or click sign in, okay? It's gonna auto collect your scores. It's gonna let me know how you did on the notes, just so I can double check and see where we're at for my team video friends. So we are gonna jump into the notes. If you're team video, you can go ahead and do that now. If you are team live action, you're gonna need a piece of paper or the notes. If you are doing them online, you are allowed to do them online. I will go ahead and drop that link in. Accelerated and regular algebra 2, we are all together today. So you can check out that link if you would like to see those notes. We are all together today. Let me go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing this one. And we will reshare. So grab that paper and pencil. As I turn on my TV, that was not what I meant to do. Guys, I'm pressing the wrong buttons today. Here we go. Hopefully it will not make noise. Yeah, we're good. All right. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Daryl, Seabass, Ben, Jasmine, seeing my screen. Awesome. Okay, team. So as a general reminder, this is what you would see if you were printing it out or if you wrote it in advance. I'm going to take freehand notes here in case you are just writing freehand notes with us. That's totally awesome as well. So let us jump in. Today we are talking about parallel and perpendicular lines. Has anyone ever heard these words before? Parallel and perpendicular. Ever heard these words before? We've heard these words. Awesome. Cool. We've heard these words. I'm a big fan of that. Can anyone tell me, like, what does parallel mean? What does parallel mean?
Parallel means the lines are never touching, they're always ongoing.
Yeah, they're never touching. They're always ongoing, but they're always like exactly the same. Lines that never touch. They can kind of mirror each other, right? So they have the same slope. Wow, so many things we know about parallel lines. Yes, so parallel lines look like train tracks, right? If you had one side of your train track like start to go like this, your train would crash. That would be bad. So parallel lines run like train tracks. So if you're taking notes with me, we're gonna write parallel, has two L's in the middle, one L at the end. They have the same slope. That is our big mathy thing for us to see today. They have the same slope. They run like train tracks. I heard someone say they reflect each other. I like that. They're lines that never touch. Right? All of those things are awesome. Cool. So if I want something that has the same slope, then I want to find the slope from the original equation and I want to copy it. So if I see this right here, this is my slope, right? Remember, it's the m in front of the x, not including the x. So then my parallel slope would be 1/6. Super, way easy, right? If I see that my slope here is 7, my parallel slope would be 7, right? Something like that. No problem, Josh. Thanks for letting me know. Sweet. So I have parallel slope. What would my slope be for this one? What would the parallel slope be?
1/2.
1/2. Awesome. 1/2. Cool. My next slope, I have -3, just like that. Moses, I saw you come off mute. Do you want to talk to us about the last one?
Is it 1?
Yeah, how do you know that it's 1?
Because it says only X, which is a visible one. Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's like an invisible 1, right? Or like we don't need to write it because it's just like 1x, or like I have an X here in my hand, 1x. AX is 1x. So for sure, that invisible 1. So whatever your slope is, if you're just taking freehand notes, you can write what you need to write. I would definitely at least write something like this and make sure that if this is the slope, right, then the parallel slope would be 1/6. So if you haven't written anything inside of that box, it is okay. You can go ahead and write that section there. All right. Cool. Okay, so parallel slope have the same slope. So parallel lines have the same slope. So we're gonna take a look at this question here. It says, write an equation of a line that passes through 3,7, the point 3,7, and is parallel to this, right? So in order to write the equation of a line, I need y equals mx plus b. That is the equation of a line. Okay. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. Y equals mx plus b. So in order to do this, I'm going to need y, I'm going to need m, I'm going to need x, and I'm going to need b. Right? I'm going to need at least some of that information. Since I know that I have the point 3,7, I know that that's x and y, right? So x is going to be 3 and y is going to be 7. So I could say that y is 7 and x is 3. So y is 7, x is 3. And then I need to know my slope, right? I need to know my slope. So if I need to know my slope, I'm going to go back to the problem. I'm going to look. It says it's parallel to this equation here. So if the new line that I'm making is parallel to that one, they have to have the same slope, right? They have to have the same slope. So what would the slope of my new line be?
3/4.
3/4, yeah. Thank you, 3/4. Perfect. I missed who that was speaking, but thank you so much. Thanks, Ben, in the chat as well. 3/4 would be our slope. Okay. And I don't know where it's going to cross the x-axis. I don't know b. So that's going to be the thing that I solve for. That's going to be the thing that I solve for. So I'm going to go ahead and write y equals mx plus b, just one more time to help me out. And now I'm going to plug in the numbers that go with each of the letters. So y is turning into 7. I have an equal sign. My m is 3/4. I'm going to go ahead and write it in parentheses because I'm about to multiply it times x, which is 3. And I don't know what b is. I'm going to go ahead and put a b right here. All right. So in order to solve for b, I want to get b by itself. That's the goal, because that's what I'm trying to find out. That's what I want to know. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3/4 times 3. And since 1 is a fraction, I want to make the other one a fraction as well. So I'm going to divide it by 1. Okay. So when I'm multiplying fractions, I go straight across. 3 times 3 would be 9. 4 times 1 would be 4. All right, I still have the 7 and plus b. Do I have any calculators out there? Can someone do 9/4? Can someone put it in a decimal format for me?
2.25.
2.25, yeah. Thanks, Nayeli and Roxana, I think I saw. 2.25 equals 7. Thank you, Emiliano. Awesome. And then what would I need to do in order to get b by itself? What could I do here?
Subtract 2.25.
Yeah, subtract 2.25. Thanks, Nayeli. Thanks, Moses. I saw you come off too. So I'm going to have 4.75, like $7 minus $2.25 would be $4.75. That's going to equal my b. All right. So I need to write my equation. My equation is going to be y equals mx plus b. And in order to be an equation that has a slope and a y-intercept, I need to plug in the correct m and the correct b. So I would have y equals m, remember, is 3/4. So I'm going to write 3/4 x plus, remember, b we just calculated is 4.75. 4.75. So this is an equation. That is an equation that is parallel to the first equation. How do I know for sure that those lines are parallel to each other? How do I know that for sure? Manny, can you tell us more about the slope? Your mic won't turn on. I forgot. You told me that last week. Jasmine, does your mic work? Can you tell us more about what you mean by same slope?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, I just noticed that the slope was the same. They're both 3/4.
Yeah, definitely. So we can see the 3/4 is the same here as well as there. So we know that they are parallel to each other, right? One question was, how did I get the 3/4? The 3/4 is coming from the original problem, the 3/4, and I used it in my equation, and then I wanted to continue to use it in my equation at the end. Awesome snaps all the way around. Great job. Great question as well. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and skip graphing it for right now, just for the sake of time. But let's actually not graph it like that. It would look roughly like 3/4 at -5, something like this. That would be the original one. And then 3/4 at +5-ish would be something like that. Right, so we can see those two. We're not going to graph them right now. Jan has a question. Is there a way to graph it on Google Docs? Good question. I think the easiest way would be to go to desmos.com, https www.desmos.com/ I think it's graphing. Try that link. The best way would probably be to graph both of them on Desmos and then take a screenshot. I think that's probably the easiest way, Jen. Good question for your notes. If you don't like that one, there is another website Miss Velasquez just gave me, guys, for graphing, which is called, it is somewhere on my papers. Nope. Oh yeah, graphfree.com. Graphfree.com. So you guys can check out that, those two graphing places if you want. Cool, great question, Jen. Thank you. Awesome. There's an option on Google Docs, insert drawing. Oh yeah, awesome. That'd be a good one. And Alfredo's saying if you're on a Mac, you can make the doc into a PDF and then you can draw over it. So that's very cool too. So Alfredo, I'm gonna post that to everyone. You can also do it that way. So lots of cool technology things we can use. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Okay, team, so that is parallel, right? We also have the opposite word, which means perpendicular, right? So perpendicular lines look like this. They look like this guy here. Oh, I'm not here. Please hold. One moment. We're back. Okay, perpendicular, spelled like this. Perpendicular. So perpendicular lines have opposite slopes, right? They have opposite slopes. So in your opposite slopes, they are going to be opposite, and one of them is going to be negative and one's going to be positive, because you need one to be going up and one to be going down, right? So you need them to come to 90-degree angles. That's why you see this little box right here. It means 90 degrees. So all four of those are 90-degree angles. Sometimes you see it written like this with like a box around it like that. That also means 90-degree angles. So if the equation is here, right, the equation's slope is here, then the perpendicular slope would be, instead of 1/6, I'm going to flip it to its reciprocal, which is 6/1. So 6/1. And it needs to be negative, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put a negative there, because the first one is positive, right? It's headed up. Then we need the next one to be negative, headed down, to be perpendicular. I can simplify that to just write -6. I don't need to write the over 1, because as we discussed earlier, anything over 1 is just itself. So if I see now that I have -7, I can remember that that's -7/1. So when I flip it over, it's going to be 1 over 7. 1 over 7. And since it is negative, I'm going to flip it over to be positive. If you're taking freehand notes, I would say that perpendicular, they have opposite slopes. 1 positive, 1 negative. 1 positive and 1 negative. So on this next one, I have 1/2 as my slope. Can someone tell me what the perpendicular slope would be?
-2 over 1.
-2.
Yeah, -2 over 1, which I heard someone, I think Gabby, simplify to -2. To -2, for sure. So -2 would be my slope. Right? So it's going to be the opposite. Thank you, Wendy. It's going to be the opposite slope, and it's also going to be negative. So reciprocal, flip upside down. And if it's negative, turn positive. If it's positive, turn negative. Cool. Someone talk to me about this next one.
Is it
+3.
It would be positive, right? It would be positive. It's not +3 though.
+1 over 3.
+1 over 3. Yes. +1/3. Remember that this is over 1. Right? It's over 1. So when you flip it over, it's going to be 1 over 3. It's going to be positive because that first one is negative. All right. And then finally, we have this 1 over 1 like this. When I take this next one and I flip it over, it's going to be what, Roxana?
-1.
-1. Yeah, it would be -1 over 1, right? 1 over 1 flips to 1 over 1, which you have appropriately simplified to just -1. Just -1 right here, just like that. Awesome. All right, so that is how I find my perpendicular slope. I take the slope from the first one and I flip it over, turn it negative if I need to. Okay? They change the symbols like negative and positive. Yep, change the symbols. So if it is negative, turns positive. If it's positive, turns negative. So that's a great way of saying this statement right here. Seabass is we could say like change the symbols. Yeah, just like that. Awesome. You guys are doing amazing participation wise. I'm loving the private chats, the individual chats, people coming off mute. You guys are doing awesome. Why does B change? B changes because you are changing where the line is going through. So if you think about this example here, right? If the green one is the original one and it's going through 1, when we draw this red line, it's going down. It's not going up anymore. Right? It's going down. It's not going up. So it's not going to go through at this point right here. It might go through at that point, Nanny. But in this particular case, it's not going through there. So B could stay the same actually, but in most situations, it's going to change. Do we have to draw the graphs? No, you don't have to draw the graphs. I would draw something that shows you like something like this, that just shows you you're coming at a 90-degree angle, just to help you remember that perpendicular looks like this. Yeah, like a sketch. I think a sketch would be great. Doesn't need to be a perfect graph. Perfecto. Let's do one of the algebra problems together. So here it says, write an equation of a line that passes through 5, -6 and is perpendicular to -3/2. So remember, I need y, m, x, and b. I'm not going to know what b is, but I can know what the others are. Is there anyone who's willing to talk to us about what y would be? What y would be?
No, not M. Y would be -6.
Yes, Zephyr, where did you find -6?
In the equation where the point is 5 comma negative 6.
Yes, absolutely. So -6 is y. Awesome.
And then
Do you want to keep going?
x, yes.
Okay.
And then x would be positive 5.
Uh-huh.
And then m would be negative 3 over 2.
M would be -3/2. However, Zephyr, remember that this is perpendicular.
Oh yeah, so it would be positive 2 over 3.
+2/3. Awesome. I love how you corrected your mistake. Great job, Zephyr. So Zephyr has all of our variables are here. So I'm going to go ahead and write my equation. Y equals mx plus b. All right, I'm going to go ahead and plug in. I would have -6. M is 2/3. X is 5 plus B. I don't know what that is. B is what I'm looking for here. Just like Manny was asking, like, why is it going to change? It's going to change because where the line is now coming down instead of going up. So again, I'm going to go ahead and multiply these together. 5/1. That's going to leave me with 10/3 plus B equals -6. Can someone explain how I got 10/3?
You multiplied 5 times 2 and then 3 times 1.
Amazing. Thanks, Nayeli. 5 times 2 was first, and then 3 times 1 was second. Absolutely. Thank you. Anybody got me on a calculator for 10/3?
3.333.
3.3.
Ongoing 3.
Yeah, ongoing threes forever. Thank you, Emiliano, as well. I'm going to subtract that 3.333. And I would get -9.333, repeating forever and ever, equals B. Equals B. So I now know what B is. So when I write my equation, y equals, I need to know my m. Am I going to use the original m or the new m for a perpendicular slope?
The new M?
The new m, yeah, because I want the perpendicular one. I don't want the same, I don't want the parallel slope, the same one. I want the new one. So I'm going to use 2/3. Thanks, Wendy. X. And then what was my new b? What is the new y-intercept here?
9.33.
-9.333, like that. So I would start somewhere down here. I'm going up to like just kind of like this. I'm sketching here. This is not perfect. Something like that. And my original graph from before was at +7. And then it's going down 3/2. So it's kind of going like this. So I can see that those are indeed perpendicular, which is awesome. Again, this is a sketch. It does not need to be perfect. If you're graphing on the computer, you can do that as well. Okay. Okay, team. I know we did not have a lot of time to practice, but if you would like to, you can actually stay here and work in your teams, right? So for your assignment today, I don't want to move you too fast, but for your assignment today, you're going to put in your notes. You are going to do just 3 problems that were exactly the same as the notes today. You have your answer key here, and then you have your IXL and your checkpoint form. So the same 3 parts that we've been seeing. You have your written problems, your IXL, and your checkpoint form. I'm going to go ahead and open up your breakout rooms. If you would like to stay here, you can go ahead and go into those rooms. If you would like to, if you would like to jump off, you're welcome to jump off, and I will see you on Thursday. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye, guys. Great job today. Bye. Bye, Roxana. Brandon, why was 2/3 the new slope? In this case, 2/3 was the new slope because we took -3/2 and we flipped it over. So 3/2 became 2/3. And then this one was already negative, so this one's positive. So that is the new slope. Bye, Ben. Have a good day. Does that make sense, Brendan? Okay. Izzy and JR, if you guys want to go to a group, let me know and I can send you in there. Gabby, it's recorded on Canvas. Yeah. So I will upload this recording from class today, and there's also already a private video or like a separate video that goes through this exact same thing. Yes, Amy, will you email me to remind me? Okay. Okay, awesome. Bye, JR. Have a great day. Bye. Adios.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Oh, bye, Peyton.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome, welcome, welcome.